Well, what little leaves are left are soon to be blown to the ground because it's late fall here, and you can see it's pretty sparse. So that can only mean one thing: Christmas is coming. So we're going to jump ahead, give a little head start on Christmas with a little fun little ornament today. We're going to take a little, sticking with our 1x1 series, we're going to take a 5-inch 1x1, and we're going to make little two-faced Santa Clauses. So we got Santa here. Santa's sleeping. He's sleeping here. All right? So that's what we're going to do. I thought it'd be a real fun way to utilize a whole 1x1 instead. Normally we split them in half to carve a face, but this way we can have something to look at either side. So I kept these all happy and sleeping, and yeah, it's a fun little project. But dusk is coming. I'm a little bit late today, so I'm going to set up in the trailer, and we're going to carve in there to maintain some good light so that you don't miss anything. But yeah, give me a minute. I'll go set up in the trailer, and we'll carve a little two-faced Santa. Yeah. Okay, let's just jump right in. Carving glove is on. Got my 5-inch 1x1 here, and again, right off the bat, I'm going to mark my centers, which is just a way to keep me honest and cutting straight. All right, one measurement, 5 inches. We're going to do 2 inches from the bottom, or we're going to do 3 inches from the top. All right, so 2 inches, 3 inches. All right, so I'm just going to take that mark right around the other side here. Remember, we're doing two faces, so everything we do on one side, we're going to twin on the other side. Okay, so what is this line? This line is the bottom of our nose right there. All right, so all we're going to do is looking at our top here. Well, take that back. Let's cut the bottom in first. Okay, cut the bottom of the nose in. Right, about that deep, which is a healthy quarter. It's a healthy quarter. So from the 2-inch bottom side, we're coming up to the bottom of the nose, and we're going to come in, like I said, about a healthy quarter. All right, just like that. Now, from the tip of that nose, now we're going to go way back. All right, see what I'm doing here? Going to give that nose some shape and just flatten it right out. Look at that. The same thing on this side. Right up to the top. Maybe even a little bit more. All right. So whatever we do on one side, we want it to be the same on the other side. So a little bit more here. And now we have our lines too. If we kept our plane straight, then we can look at the top and make sure that we're even. Right? So, alrighty. So look at that. See that? Okay, now we're gonna get my pencil. I get my pencil. We mark our nose, center of our nose here. All right. We want about 1/8 of an inch on each side of the nose, and I'm just going to wing it, but wing it, put the wings on the nose. I'm going to come up on a little bit of an angle. See that? So that should leave a smaller quarter flat, and then the wings. All right. Make sure that they're the same. Same on this side. This is not it's not critical. I like to do a little bit of a fatter nose lately, so that's what we're going to do, a little fatter nose. But how can I show you that? So just a little flat spot in the bottom, and then winging the nose up. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to go on each corner of the nose here. You can see that rough wood there. I'm just going to do a little peel on each side. Taking that little bevel off of there and getting some nice clean cut wood on each side of the nose. That's it. Alright. Now I gotta figure out the width of my nose, okay? So came up on those angles, so I'm gonna give it a good ½ inch. Alright? I should draw some lines at least on one side for you. So let's say that our nose is ½ inch wide. So I'm going to make a mark there. I'm going to come across like that. Like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do on these little angles, I'm going to stick my knife in. I'm going to stick my knife straight into that cut there. And if you've been around very long, you know exactly what we're doing. So one of my favorite cuts, here's our little 3-corner cut. Let me pop that out. Look at the depth we just got. Alright. Same thing on this side, straight in. A little bit of an angle this way. A little stop cut on our angle of our nose. And bring it across. Right. And they're not always going to work out perfect, obviously. Okay. Same thing on this side. This time I'm just going to wing it. Wing it. Wing the nose. Wing the wing of the nose. So, stop cut. Right. It's really nice in the bush these days. It's I've been spending a lot of time out here. So I've been gone for a while from the videos because I've been doing the more important things like cutting firewood, keep me warm. But anyway, there's our nose, and I'm going to lay my knife on here. I'm just going to put a little nick in there. See that? Nothing there. Little knife on there. Just touch it. Take a little chip out. See that? And match them. All right. On this side. You can do this when you do these angle cuts, but I find I never do them right, so I like to do them after. Okay, now got our nose is set. Let's just mark our little brow line here, okay? And again, that's about 5/8 of an inch roughly. You just want I like to eyeball. I like to eyeball, but just for measurement's sake, if that was 3 inches to the bottom of the nose from the top, then that brow line is 2.5. So yeah, a good ½ inch. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come up with my nose. I'm going to come down like that. Yeah, just to give a little brow ridge. All right, just like so. All right. Now with our center line of our nose here, I'm going to follow that center line with my knife on an angle right across, and now I'm going to come down from that brow line. See that? Look at that. Same on this side. Come up following that center line of the nose, and there we've got our eye location. Alright, let's do it one more time. I'll put that line in a little bit heavier. Okay, put my knife on an angle. I'm going to follow that center line on the nose, cutting right into the cheek, and then we come down. All right, like that. Same thing, following that center line. And down. Make sure everything looks pretty much the same. There you go. Give a little bit more height on this one. All right. There. That's our eye placement, our nose. We're going to keep on doing just roughing this all out. Take these corners off of here before I stick them in my hands. They're always rough to squeeze points. But okay, from the top of the eye line there, and again, they're not set obviously, but we're just going to make a mark here, and let's measure that too then. 2 1/4 roughly. All right, 2 1/4 is going to be the bottom of our hat, and we're going to just set that in place. All right. By well, let's take a little bit of meat off of here, each side. Whatever we do on one side, we do on the other, but now we're just going to just kind of undercut that. All right. Normally we would slope the hat a little bit to the back, but not in this case when we got a face on both sides. All right. So there's our rough hat placement. So now we've got our center marks here. We can just start giving the hat some shape. You can go as flat plain as you want, or you don't have to at all. But this style of hat, I think I may have stole that from a Dave Stetson Santa with the planes like that. But I always say there's nothing new under the sun, as old Solomon would say. See how we got the shape of our hat there? So before we get too far, I'm going to determine the ball that I want on my hat. I'm still watching this. Watching my center marks there, but as I work my way around here, I'm just going to stop right about there and give myself, say a 1/2 inch for the ball. All right. Take the center mark off the top, and then we'll just do little V cuts around. It's nice that they share a hat. There's only one ball between them. Like I said, you can go around, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to stick with the planes, so I'm just going to chamfer the edges. And I would say that's our flat plain ball. Now, same idea. Let's do the top of the... We're going to give them a little fringe, right? You can see that. Little fringe of fur in the bottom, so again, not no critical measurements at all. You can do it any way you like. I'm going to get that uncut wood. Remember, we want all of our wood touched with our knife so that we have a nice even paint. But see that? I'm just doing little V cuts all the way around on that line. In the past, I would try to see the difference from this one here, trying to get a nice clean edge here. but I really am liking this cutting in idea. And then it's done. It's absolutely done. You don't have to try and make a clean edge from the bottom of the thing up. It's a nice V cut, and you're done. Just like that. Make sure you got cut on all your wood, so there's no wood that hasn't been touched with your knife. But that's our hat. That is absolutely it. If you want to do like nice matching planes, you can do that too. Just go around and do perfect planes. But that's absolutely not necessary. Anyway, let's get back. Before we get too far here, I'm going to go and I'm going to take all of the, clean up all the wood that hasn't been touched around the cheeks area. All right. Okay. I'm going to frame the face. Okay. So all you gotta do is my finger here. I'm only giving it about 1/8 of an inch, right? You see that? Basically, it's going to join up with that cut here. Right. Okay, take my knife again. I'm going to, what am I going to do? See, I want to bring in a little bit of the sides of the forehead. Can you see how I cut that? So right here, keeping my tip to the line there, but now I'm going to come down, right? And now I'm going to come down this way. I didn't put a stop cut on top, but there you go. See that? I like to round that, give it a bit of an angle. Like that. Okay. So I can just start, I can just put my knife here, kind of round a bit, come up, stop cut here, cut here. Alright, I'm going to clean it up, I'll just run it around on a bit of a bigger, wider angle. There you go. Tuck it under the hat just a little bit more maybe. Okay. Same thing here. And like I said, all I'm doing right here, this little cut, I just want to come a little bit into the face, thin up above the eye line. See that? That's all. This can be just straight cut here. I'll follow up that line this way. Stop cut. All right. I'm just going to take that, basically the top of the mustache, and I just want to kind of curl it around. See that? That's all that is. Just so it's not a square edge. There we go. Now you see how we just got a little bit thinner on the temple area. Even do a little bit more even. Yeah. This one's pretty good. All right, so our sides should look like that. Pretty thin there, eh? Like that. Okay. So now, there's our hat. I want the beard pretty much the same idea. So you can kind of see, say from the bottom of the mustache or so, let's start bringing that beard down. But I like to leave little bit more than the hat on the bottom. All right. So let's just start from there. So make up an arbitrary spot, and then just go from there. Watching our bottom. Whatever we do on one side, we'll do on the other side. All right. If we want to do a little bit more, we'll do a little bit more. Come back. All right. Same thing this way. Yeah, getting some shape. All right. Got my square. I don't have it perfect, so a little bit more that way. All right. And then right here. And one more here. All right. Good enough. Cut the bottom off. Same thing. Chamfer the edge. And that's the bottom of our beard. All right. Okay, now we've got some wood here that needs to be dealt with. No wood uncut. All right, so little points off. We are on our way. Flatten the mustache area a little bit. Both sides. Same with the bottom of that cheek. I don't like that square edge on the cheek, so I'm going to take a little chip out of it. All right? A little chip. Like that. Same on this side. Take the little corner out the bottom. Very good. Okay, now, what do you want to do now? Let's set these eyes in place. Okay, so the last one, I think I showed you guys on the last one here. We've got that little center ridge on the nose. And right about there, I just kind of go in straight. And see that little point there? I gave a little, about a 1/8 inch flat spot there. And then I take my knife, and I go right down. Watch this. Like that. I'll come down again. Like that. Alright. Show you again here. Take my knife on the edge of that flat area. It's going to come down. Like that. Yeah. And we just make sure that they look nice and even. But isn't that cool? I like that. Kind of shapes the nose and gives you the perfect bottom of the eye there. Yeah. Okay. Do it again on this side. Okay. Got my little 1/8 flat mark there. In fact, let's just draw a line in here. 1/8. Roughly 1/8. Okay. Put my knife on the nose. Just scoop with my tip. Alright, and now I'll come down. Like that. Alright. Knife on the nose. Scoop down. Like, it is it's a natural curve. So it doesn't I don't know, it just kind of flows. It's a little bit tweaking, but they're not too bad normally. It's a real natural little curve in there. Okay. I think my nose is off on this one. Maybe go over just a little bit. Get my pencil mark off of there. Okay, so let's say this is our sleeping side. You know what? All we're going to do for that is I'm going to take the tip of my knife. I'm just going to ride that curve again, only deeper with the tip of my knife. And I'm just going to take a really tight, deep sliver out of there. Look at that. You see that? That's a sleeping eye. The same thing over here. Just going to ride that deeper. And then take just a nice deep sliver out of there. There's our sleeping eye. This will be a little bit flatter. That's all you need. All right. See that? I'm going to separate the eyebrows. A little V cut here. See that? A little swoop up. Get your eyebrows in place. Very minimalistic Santa. We're just swooping up, and now we kind of set in our eyebrows. All right. Now you can go ahead and maybe pretend there's little bags under the eyes. Give a little slit there. But we don't need much detail at all. All right. Okay, so we got sleeping boy here. So he's gonna have just draw on the mustache. I do like the look of this guy. So let's just kind of go on a bit of an angle. Fire. So he's sleeping, but he's not sad. Stick my knife in here. Just follow her around. Put a little stopper this way. We'll just come up, take our chip out. Alright. Same on this side. Take our little corner chip out. Alright. Go a little bit deeper on the corners. Get my pencil mark off of there. Give him a little mouth. All I'm going to do is put a little cut like that. Alright. Come down. Come into it. And back up into a point, into nothing. See that? This way. Right up into nothing. Angle. Around the lip a little bit. Okay, and now we'll just give him a little swoop in that beard. Something different. Look at that. Okay, that is our sleepy side. Like I said, very basic. We can put some eyebrows. A V-tool in this case would be okay too. Where's my brush? Alright, so you can do from this point whatever you want. If you want to take a V-tool and give detail the beard or a gouge and make gouge marks, but I'm not going to do that. All I am going to do is to finish this mustache is I'm going to put a little line here and one here just to show the mustache. Right? Just a little V cut. See that? And one on this side. Just to show the mustache. Okay? Alright, let's flip her around. Yeah, that's done. That side's done. Okay, flip her around. And we'll look at our little eyes here again. This time we're going to have our eyes open, like that guy. And bigger eyes are normally happier eyes, and we don't want grumpy Santa, so I'm going to raise that. See those little planes there? I have the freedom to raise them a little bit. Right. And we'll just draw on some eyes. Now, also, we're not doing eyelids or anything like that. We're just going to give them some eyes. And I should say, you'll notice that these angles of these eyes, these planes, are on an angle. We want that eye on an angle so that the eyeball shows. So I'm going to stick my knife in here. Kind of like the Sleeping Santa, just kind of undercutting it. I'm going to stick my knife in pretty good in the corners. Following my line around like that. Don't press too hard. Go lightly. If you gotta go twice, go twice. We'll just take a little chip out that side. Take a little chip out that side. I'm just gonna undercut that top line. And cut the bottom line down. Alright. There. See your eyeball? You can see it from the side. Right. Now, of course, I put pencil lines, so I got to cut off my pencil lines carefully. Okay. There. It's a good looking eye. Same thing. Let's follow my line around. Okay. Chip out. Chip out, come up underneath, and come up underneath, and down. Now we'll look at our eyes. They look even. Good for me. If they didn't look even, you can fudge them by maybe this one's a little bit long, so you can just kind of maybe add a little more shadow to one side, just to kind of give them a little more equal look. But I know carvers that don't give a rip whatsoever. They'll put a great big eye on this side and one this side, and if they're looking in some direction or whatever, it actually enhances the carving. So there you go. I'm going to again, just going up the center here. I'm gonna split the forehead. Come down each way with our eyeball. Come up. So. Alright, now I'm just gonna flick my knife. See, we got all that meat left for the eyebrow. Alright, okay, that's a dirty cut. Clean that one up. Bottom of the hat. Alright. There you go. And the same thing again. I'll do some eyelashes. Now, in the future, we'll do proper eyes, but this is still like a very, very minimalist, flat, plain-ish carving, so we don't have to have eyelids and everything. I think it portrays what it is pretty good. Alright, there's our, get out there. Okay, now what's a happy guy look like? What do we got here? He got a big open mouth. What's this happy guy? Big mouth. So let's just what do you want to do here? Let's do old traditional mustache. Swoop the ends. What is that? Hey guys, one sec. Something is. I wonder if there's a deer. Oh, it's a squirrel. Oh my goodness, the deer sound like, or the squirrels sound like deer. He came tromping up in those leaves. Got my heart racing. There's so many deer out here. That was fun. Man, that did get my heart pounding. A little excited. Yeah, I'm spending too much time here. I am just trying to curl up that mustache. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put my knife in. I'm kind of angling down. All right. That gives me a nice clean cut out of there. All right. Just kind of bring that around. I don't want to intrude too much into this side of the face, but a little bit's okay. Right. All right. Okay, there's a little happy mustache. I'm gonna kind of take a little hollow out of here. Kind of get those tips up a little bit. Yeah. Boy, playing in there again. Playing in there again. I just want, yeah, nice little curl. Good. Okay. Leave it alone, Doug. Leave it alone. Okay. So he's fairly happy, but let's put a nice big mouth on him. Right? This will be the bottom. But I think I'm just going to do straight cuts for now. We can round it a bit after if we want to. Alright. Okay, so that's a really big bottom lip. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the inner. And we're going to kind of leave a little spot for his tongue sticking out. Look at that. Hollow that just a little bit there. Take the edge off of that. Look at that. Old Sam's got his tongue sticking out. You see that? Okay. So, clean up these lips a little bit. Flatten it down so his tongue is a little bit raised. All right. And that in there. There, look at that. Can you see his tongue? Is that light good enough? Little tongue sticking out. Okay, we got too much of a chin here, so take that back. Eyeball pupil in there. Make them come alive. Look at that. There you go. There is our sleepy Santa and our wide awake happy Santa. That's a heck of a lip he's got there. I gotta thin that down a little bit. That's better. Around the tongue. And even for that tongue there, I know it's going to be hard to see, but I'm going to put a little deep cut above the tongue. Get a real dark shadow in there. Alright, there. That's it. Denture brush, dollar store, amazing. I always had a big shoe brush in the past, and you've seen in many of my videos, and I'll still use it at home. But for travel, great brush. Alright, like I said last time, you can put V cuts and put in your hair and gouges and whatnot, but I'm going to say, for the most part, that's it. Now, look at what I did here. The hardware store had these big honking hooks on there, and I didn't want to order smaller ones, but I says to myself, if I was doing that again, I would have drilled a hole right through each side earlier before I finished carving it, and I would just put a string through it like that and hang it with a string. You don't need a hook on there at all. I don't know what I was thinking. I know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. But anyway, you can fiddle and fart around with this until the cows come home. You can add extra details. You can put bags under the eyes, like a bag under the eye. But if you do one side, you gotta do the other side. I wasn't gonna do that. Shucks. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Bags in the eyes. Anyway, there you go. Well, we did good time. The sun just went below the tree line, so good for us. There you go. This would be a good stick project too, actually, when I think about it. But anyway, hope you like this little head start on Christmas. And yeah, we're going to do something totally different next time, right? So I am going to veer off the 1x1 series for a little bit and maybe do some faces or something. But anyway, we'll see. But this is my home. I've got myself all situated in the bush here, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I spend a lot of time out here, and yeah, there'll be more carving videos when I can get out and yeah, use this beautiful place. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, have a good night, day, morning, whatever, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.